Let's talk everything 𝗖𝗢.
Let's get into it.
So today, guys, we have a special one lined up for you. We have had the privilege of having 𝗕𝗫 Dixon, the CEO of advice.io, join us today. And, well, this is the interview. So if you find this video useful and informative, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with those new cryptocurrencies and hidden gems, then do consider subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with everything we do here. And it is free. You'll stay well informed. So why not? Chris, anything else you would like to add, or should we just jump straight on down and welcome Matthew to the channel?
I'm just excited. Let's get straight into it, Nick.
Fantastic. Welcome to Cheeky Crypto. It's fantastic to have you join us today for this interview all around your new cryptocurrency platform, 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘. Shall we start with a brief introduction from yourself, Matt?
Yeah, hi, I'm Matt Dixon. I'm CEO of 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘. We're pioneering the world's first decentralized cryptocurrency ratings platform. Thank you for having me. Great to see you guys.
Fantastic. It's fantastic to have you here. Loads of hype around 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘 and everything that's going on in your world. It's really interesting tool. We've been dabbling around with it. Obviously, we put that first video out, and it's it's definitely doing well, and we're utilizing it and seeing all the various different metrics and things like that. But could you maybe give a brief kind of explanation to what 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗑 is?
Yeah, I mean, basically, as I say, we are pioneering the world's first decentralized cryptocurrency ratings platform. So we're using the power of artificial intelligence and machine learning, no human bias. And this is something new in the crypto world, I think very much needed. So obviously, I'm sure we'll drill down into that a bit more, but that's basically what 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗑 is about.
Brilliant. And do you want to give us a bit of a background, a bit of a background story as to how 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗑 became, a real project in the crypto space? Really interested to sort of understand how it sort of come to be.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually been in finance for many, many years, since the 1980s, so I'm showing my age a bit now. But very recently, a couple of years ago, I did a master's degree in finance at Brighton University. And one of the areas we looked at was ratings and the issues of cryptocurrency, well, the issues of ratings from back in 2008, even before cryptocurrency. And the issues and the financial crash that came about because of a failure of ratings, because of the centralization of ratings. So following lectures, one of our lecturers, Professor Andros Gregorio, he's a prominent authority in ratings, in liquidity and risk measures. He works with the Bank of England, advising the Bank of England. So after lectures, we often talked about what needed to be done in the world of cryptocurrency ratings, and to try to make a better, fairer system for evaluating the true value of cryptocurrency ratings. So over numerous coffees, we discussed how we could do this, and we put together an artificially intelligent machine learning system using multiple factors, infinite factor system, to identify the true value of cryptocurrency ratings.
Fantastic. I mean, it definitely hits home. I mean, we're looking at a few different cryptocurrencies during the last video, and it definitely is something that I think is going to be playing quite a crucial role in this space going forward. But what would you say makes 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗑 special? What's like the one thing or two things that kind of stand out or make 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗑 stand out?
Well, I think the important thing is, again, when we look at the problems that have been in the past with centralized rating systems, we've got this human factor, and humans, it brings in potential for unreliability, potential for bias. So what we wanted to do, what really makes 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗑 special, is that there is no human bias, there is no human intervention. So we don't have a board of so-called experts determining the value of a cryptocurrency. There are a number of issues potentially with that. Obviously, there's bias, but there's also scalability. So the massive benefits for 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗑, or for people using 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗑, is that it's totally decentralized, that basically it's unbiased, and it uses artificial intelligence and machine learning to identify the factors that are important. So we don't even use humans to identify those factors. Artificial intelligence can actually be used to analyze all the data that's available to identify which factors have an influence on risk, on liquidity, on all the measures that we look at within the system. And so we can then use machine learning to hone those factors to come up with the most reliable, most accurate rating system to identify real true value. And this, we believe, will democratize the use of cryptocurrency among people. At the moment, up to date, it's been very tech savvy people who've had access and been buying and selling cryptocurrency. But now, with the democratization, there's more and more people coming into cryptocurrency. There needs to be this kind of rating system that makes it clear and provides transparency and empowers people to make the right investment decisions.
Yeah, I think that's going to be remarkable, right? I think as it scales into other projects, I think it's going to be fantastic for people to be able to look at those, and it's a more formed decision that you're able to make off the back of the data, which is fantastic.
Yeah, using a data-driven approach, what's so good is that it is scalable, fully scalable. Whereas if you have a board of so-called experts, if you're reviewing every cryptocurrency on a live basis, because these ratings are updated every day, and that's almost an impossible task for a board of so-called experts. And the point is, this is scalable, so we can bring on new cryptocurrencies at a very rapid rate because of the scalability. So before very long, we'll be able to rate all of the 9,000 plus cryptos that are out there, which is an impossible task if it's done with human hand.
Absolutely. It would take a very long time. I don't want to calculate how long, but it would be a nigh on impossible task, wouldn't it, Chris?
It would definitely. An awful lot of projects in the space to look over. So I think it's definitely going to support with people making the right decisions, which is fantastic. And it is something that I think is needed. We kind of see that in a lot of the questioning that we get in comments of videos and all that side of things. So yeah, fantastic. And would you be able to sort of talk through some of the tokenomics?
Yeah, I mean, we've consulted with tokenomics experts within the cryptocurrency sector. We needed to align ourselves with the most successful projects that are out there. And this isn't the Wild West days of 2017. Now projects have to be credible. And so we tried to align ourselves with these top projects. One of the things that we've had to do is align the founder holdings with the best projects out there. So we've actually, the tokenomics of 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘 are that we have 10% distributed amongst our founders, 10% of the token supply. The total token supply is 1 billion. Obviously that's advantageous in that it's a finite supply, unlike fiat, which is virtually infinite supply. We also have a burn policy to reduce those tokens over a period of time. So that will actually increase the value of the 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘 token over time as well. The current market cap of only about 1.5 million basically makes us a very valuable, sought after GM within the industry. It means there's lots of potential for the token price to grow in the future as we bring on more investors and grow that market cap from where it is now. So there's lots of opportunity. People coming in now can really get hold of that value and look for it to grow in the future.
And I guess that then leads on to the next question. We got asked quite a bit on the back of the first kind of video that we did, wasn't it, Chris? The how to use 𝗖𝗢𝗠 and what is 𝗖𝗢𝗠. But one of the most common questions we got asked is, where can I buy 𝗖𝗢𝗠?
Yeah, I mean, we've had amazing response from your first video. So thank you to everybody who's followed us, who's got involved in the Telegram group, and who's actually bought the token. There's been large numbers of people getting involved now and recognizing the value of what we bring. So to buy the token, basically simply go to the website, and we'd recommend people do that, because obviously any investment decision, people need to do a bit of due diligence, check out the team, check out what the project's about, check out that it is credible, and then simply press the buy button. And it's as simple as that. So head to the website 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘.
Absolutely. And you touched on a very good point there. It's always important to do your own research, right? And never just pay attention to 1, 2, or 3 different influencers. Ultimately, the decision is their own. And it's important to do that research. And your website is a wealth of information. So definitely worth checking out 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗍. And yeah, you'll find a whole wealth of different information around what the platform is, how to use it, and all that kind of good stuff. You could also sign up via dashboard.𝗕𝗙.io, I believe. So yeah, do check it out. Really do recommend checking out the website and getting into all that kind of good stuff.
It's amazing. We've got the way the project has grown. I mean, we started off with the concept discussed initially at university with Professor Andros. We've also got university partnerships now, a partnership with Brighton University. We also now have a partnership with Peking University, and we're harnessing their research capabilities to continue to grow and evolve the 𝗲𝗏 ratings capabilities. And we're talking to other major leading universities around the world to harness their research capabilities. So from a handful of founders, when we first began, we've now got staff of over 50 dedicated professionals, and it's important that there is a real depth of talent within the team. And again, that's evident within it's all detailed within the white paper. People can research the individuals involved and see that there is a real solid foundation to the project.
Super. And some other questions. We've got quite a large US following on YouTube, and one of the questions that popped up was, can I buy 𝗲𝗏, if I live in the US? Is it worth just touching on that one at all?
Yeah, I mean, basically, we have a legal opinion, a US legal opinion, which determines, according to the Howey test, that we are a utility token. Things have changed a lot. They've moved on in America. There are certain states that do allow people to buy utility tokens, which we are. But we're not legal advisors. People would need to check out for themselves what are the rules and regulations in their particular state, whether they're allowed to purchase that utility token or a utility token. But rest assured, we have sought legal opinion, and we certainly do qualify as a utility token. But it's down to individual people to check with the laws and rules and regulations in their state.
Super. And I think that's quite a simple thing to do. Just jump on Google and check out the rules around where you live, I guess, in the US. So yeah, I think, yeah, great to cover that off. And just going back to the video that we did a week or so ago, when Nick was demonstrating the system on the video, it highlighted that there was issues with Polkadot liquidity at the time. Would you mind just sort of talking through that? I thought it was a good thing to sort of raise.
Yeah, that was amazing. It's kind of meant to be for to prove the value of what we're doing. I mean, it certainly wasn't scripted. It's not possible because it's really good that when you're drilling down, and that's one of the good points about the user friendliness of the system that we have, that you can actually drill down into a particular token that you're looking at and have a breakdown of the various factors and look at where the potential weaknesses are within a particular token. And you actually did that. Then a couple of days later, we heard on the news that there were liquidity issues with Polkadot. So this actually shows, the fact that our system, the artificial intelligence system, flagged a potential issue, which actually came out in the news a couple of days later. So this is what 𝗲𝗏 is all about. It's basically empowering people to make the right investment decisions, giving them information before it even becomes public knowledge. So that is the true power of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and why it's the future of ratings and cryptocurrency ratings in particular.
It's definitely powerful, wasn't it, Nick?
It really was. It's that kind of ability to get right on into a project and see exactly what works and what isn't working, right? And before it's made public, which in the case of Polkadot was what was going on. So I didn't even realize it at the time. I was just talking through what's going on within the 𝗲𝗏, and just quite quickly can just see that that the area where Polkadot was struggling most was liquidity. So yeah, it's fantastic to see that on a standard cryptocurrency that we were looking at, how accurate 𝗲𝗏 was in that particular instance, which was fantastic. So I pay a lot more attention now after that.
What's so encouraging about it is as well, obviously that gives great encouragement, but this is the MVP. This is just the start. I mean, the research that's already in the pipeline that's already been done. I mean, we've got such an amazing team of researchers that are constantly working on improving and developing what we have. And so there's so much more to come. I mean, please bear in mind, this is the MVP, this is the prototype, and it's already amazingly powerful.
Yeah, so some of the questions that we had was just about stuff that 𝗲𝗏 have got sort of planned in the future, and some of the things that people were talking about were around are there any plans for giving sort of buy and sell signals? And I don't think this sort of aligns to the way that you're looking to go, but I thought it'd be good to sort of bring that up and potentially talk about stuff that you're planning on working on in the future, because I think people will be really interested.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of use cases around what 𝗲𝗏. So 𝗲𝗏 ratings are basically the engine under the bonnet that empower many other use cases. So for example, there are simple use cases whereby people are already coming to us for help with their projects, because our technology can be used to identify weaknesses within projects. Now, what we're doing, for example, we've got the 𝗲𝗏 pool, whereby we will take on recovery tokens. So when a project comes to us, needs particular help, we'll say, okay, we can help you, we can help identify where the issues are and help you resolve those issues. We'll take, for example, 20% of your token supply, we'll put it into our recovery token pool. Now, 𝗲𝗏 holders can actually stake into that pool and gain some of the rewards. So the downside for investors is zero. The upside is infinite, because if we can improve that token, bring it up to be a rateable token, because most tokens of that nature will be unrateable at the time through lack of data, and we can get them listed on a good exchange. So we're providing massive value for the token, we're providing massive value for investors, and we're providing value for 𝗲𝗏 people who are staking into it. So an investment with no downside, an infinite upside, and benefit for everybody. And that's the sort of business that I like, where there are only benefits to be had, no losers on, there's nobody loses out in this situation. So that's one of the things. But what you just touched on about whether there'll be trading signals or anything of that sort, that's not really the business we're in, because trading signals are based very much on sentiment and the latest fashion, etc. And we've seen a lot of people hurt who follow these sentiments. You get a pump in a token, and then a lot of people buying in at the top, when the token price then dumps, are just trapped in a token which may never recover because they're in a death spiral. So we don't want to get involved in this very short-term, sentiment-driven trading. We're all about identifying true value within projects, identifying potential issues to assist and help the ecosystem in improving and growing token values by improving what they have, and empowering investors to invest in the right projects long term that have underlying value.
And that aligns to everything that we talk about on the channel, right? Trading, day trading, that sort of stuff. There's lots of AI out there that are involved in projects, sort of crypto projects that are designed to do that and trade. And it's becoming more of an uphill sort of challenge to make that profitable. I know there are people that do, but the average Joe off the street is going to really struggle when it comes to day trading. So we tend to stay away from it.
I mean, actually, just as a matter of interest, part of my dissertation for my master's degree was basically looking at efficient market hypothesis. And the actual conclusion of that is, through the research, all the research that has ever been done, that these short-term signals don't have any predictive value. So whilst people can make money in an up market or a down market, when you look at it over the long term, trading signals don't have predictive value. That is just a matter of fact. And so that's why, again, we are focusing on underlying value, which means that you're investing in solid projects rather than just looking at the latest hype and sentiment and the latest fashion, as I say, driving investment decisions. That isn't the long-term way to build value.
Totally agree. Fantastic. And I guess those are the kind of questions that were kind of posed to us and things that we thought would be interesting to get covered off. But is there anything else that you would like to leave the audience with? Anything that you feel we haven't covered that you'd like to talk about?
I'm just very, very excited about what we have. I'd really like to just say thank you to you and to your team and to your followers for engaging with us, because we think that what we're doing, we believe it's going to be the world's sort of universal go-to place for ratings in the future, because we're ahead of the field now. We're pioneering the world's first, as we've said, decentralized rating system, and we're going to go from strength to strength, because we have the strength in terms of the team behind us, the research behind us. And as just reiterating, we're engaging top universities around the world to harness the research capabilities of leading professors in the area of ratings and liquidity and measurement of these factors. We've got pioneers and professors in terms of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So we're really bringing all these to bear on providing the ratings that are going to assist people, well, to democratize cryptocurrency. And that's really what's missing at the moment. You know, it's great that cryptocurrency is growing at such a tremendous rate, but it's still not fully democratized. And this is the sort of thing that's needed, is to bring transparency to the cryptocurrency world. And this is, I think, what we're doing.
Sounds fantastic. And yeah, we're over the moon to be partnering with yourselves, and really looking forward to integrating the platform into our live streams. And I guess on the note of live streams, obviously for people that are watching at home, you know, we are going to be having a live stream with Matthew, for you guys to ask all the questions that you might have on a live sort of stream sort of platform. So, you know, really looking forward to that as well. So if you do have any questions, stay tuned. And yeah, we'd love to have you on the live stream to talk everything 𝗖𝗢.
Fantastic. It was great to have you join us today, Matthew, and we'll catch up again shortly.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you very much, and look forward to answering those questions. So very much look forward to that. Thank you so much for your time.
Cheers.
Yeah, take care.
That was Matthew Dixon, CEO of 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦. And Chris, that was fantastic to catch up with him, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, fantastic. And, you know, we're really excited about doing the integration in, you know, with the platform into the live streams. It's going to be adding a new dynamic to what we do here at Cheeky Crypto. So yeah, buzzing, Nick.
Fantastic. Guys, if you found this useful and informative, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you happen to be new here and you want to stay up to date with those new cryptocurrencies and hidden gems, then do subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with everything we do here. It is free. You'll stay well informed, so why not? And with that said and done and out of the way, we hope you have a fantastic day, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, take care.